Yesterday, Joe Rogan had Game Changers producer James Wilks onto his podcast, along with Game Changers debunker Chris Kresser, to discuss the validity of the film. You are not going to believe how it went down and the effect that it had on Joe.
This is essentially giving you an opportunity to refute some of the things that Chris has said about your film. We should tell everybody that you're the producer of Game Changers?
Yeah, I'm one of two producers.
One of two producers. Yeah. And Chris, this is your, fourth appearance here? Something like that?
Fourth or fifth.
Fourth or fifth?
Given the ease with which James destroyed Chris's arguments at every single turn, I'm pretty confident that this is the last time that he'll have him back on.
Did you get a chance to see what Chris had said?
Yeah, I've watched it.
You watched it, okay.
I've made a bunch of notes there.
This is how your face looks going into a debate, knowing that your opponent is absolutely and completely. Now, as I alluded to already, James unequivocally undid Chris's debunk on every point. He'd watched the previous podcast, noted every claim Chris made against the film, and had a rebuttal for all. He even had slides and citations to prove every single one of his points. He showed that Chris did not even know how to interpret studies. And while the film featured the top experts in each field discussed and looked at the overall preponderance of data, Chris, who in his own words is no expert on nutrition, cherry-picked single industry-funded studies that suit his bias. Simply put, James made Chris look like a complete buffoon. As such, there's really not much I can add, so this video is going to be very, very short. What I do want to draw your attention to, though, is the effect that James' utter annihilation of Chris had on Rogan.
James, you made an excellent point. Chris, do you have anything to say in closing?
No, thank you for
I
doing this.
really appreciate the time. Sorry if it felt a bit combative.
No, you knocked it out of the park. You did a fantastic job.
Cool.
I think you
Appreciate
do. I mean, it makes me consider. Well,
Whoa, hold up, Joe. What was that you were about to say? Makes you consider that perhaps you've been wrong about veganism all this time? That maybe it is unnecessary to eat animals? That a vegan could one day win a UFC title after all? Comment down below, guys. Finish Joe's thought for him. I'm interested to see what you come up with.
let me explain my position. Sure. Coming in here, I felt like you'd put your film out, and I felt Chris felt the same way. Having you in here while he debunked it was just going to be a waste of time. Yeah. You had put your position out. He was going to chance to debunk. But I've also felt that would be unfair to not have you come in and explain and refute his debunking, and I think you did a fantastic job.
So there you have it, folks. Formerly one of veganism's biggest announcers, Joe Rogan gives the Game Changers movie his seal of approval. Now, believe it or not, I've always been a big Joe Rogan fan. Except in this one area where I think the fact that he is a hunter clouded him, I consider Joe to be very clever, open-minded, and a seeker of truth. I thought it would only be a matter of time before someone well-versed in the facts would be able to reach him. I think this is Joe's first step into a bright, brave new world. Let's have Dr. Michael Greger on next and seal the deal. I've linked Joe's podcast down below. Be sure to share it with anyone who was reveling in Chris Kresser's debunk of the Game Changers. And I'll see you all in the next video.